school.
Yeah.
Well, high school for our age bracket, not for the current Zoomer age
It's
bracket.
not help desk. It's how to, I don't know how to like break this down, but effectively the people that they're hiring, it's specialized custom IT solutions is the company. So like the people they're hiring are actually like more than people with a pulse.
I see.
Yeah, it's not generic. Call in this number. Have you unplugged it? Have you plugged it back in again? It's like people who actually know what they're doing.
I see.
Yeah.
Are you retarded? Yes, no.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9005, episode 50? Question mark. I'm your host, SneakyDevil. Let us get started tonight with as minimal audio issues as possible. And so we're gonna hop right on
Sneaky,
into it.
why on earth would you say that?
Perish. So we're gonna hop right on into it, and we're gonna talk about this story here. So, Story Reader 21 is a very interesting author because they posted a story recently that was actually good. And as it turns out, the story they posted is actually by the Emerald Commander, which is from Fanfiction. So, this is the guy that actually wrote this. Holy shit! This guy's author's page is something else as well. My Rabbit Hero Academia, which is basically where Izuku turns into Judy Hopps from Zootopia.
Let's be clear. The author specifically states that's what they look like.
Yes. It is shockingly competent in its spag, spelling and grammar. It is shockingly good at its pacing for a fan fiction. It avoids a lot of the more fanon tropes that is prevalent in My Hero Academia. And a majority of the story actually has Izuku not being cool with being a bunny girl. In fact, it actually takes the entire story for him to finally come to terms with it. So that's actually really cool, in the fact that the author isn't just hand-waving Izuku becoming a transsexual and just instantly accepting it, and everyone else just instantly accepting it. So that was actually pretty nice. It's actually a surprisingly decent story. I do have to dock some massive points from it, though, by the fact that it literally only goes up to the unforeseen whatever joint thing, the USJ incident. It only goes till then, and then the author ends the story there, saying that they've written enough for it, and that they want to get back to their other story. And that's where we learn that the Emerald Commander is the actual author of that story, and he gave it to Story Reader 21 to post for some reason. Now, his actual story that he is currently working on is The Fox and the Rabbit, which is where a de-aged Rumi / Miruko, the rabbit hero, de-aged AU. So it's not like she got hit by a de-aging power. She's literally just younger, which, being that she actually doesn't do a lot in terms of plot, I can kind of accept, as very minimal butterfly effects would occur from this. But Izuku turns into a fox girl. Yeah. This story is still ongoing.
Just what he needed.
Yeah. Anyway, so Izuku turned into a fox girl. This actually started roughly about a year before he wrote My Rabbit Hero Academia. And he uses some of the same characters over again. between the two stories. So there's that as well. Now, why I'm talking about Mr. Story Reader 21 here is for a very important reason. It's because this guy's page is absolutely filled with cringe. Aside from this one story that he posted that he did not write, this dude's page is filled with cringe. So to start off with, his profile picture is just weird.
Come on, what's wrong with it, Sneaky? What could possibly be wrong with that?
Yeah. To follow up, he's got 19 stories, 18 of which are actually his, and of those 18, only like 14 or less are actually stories, because he's got like 6 or so challenge stories in there. And of those 14-ish stories, we have Pokemon, Harry Potter, My Little Pony, Legend of Zelda, Percy Jackson, Tales of Ladybug, Cat Noir, Dragon Ball Z, Ranma, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Zootopia, Fairy Tail, Digimon, My Hero Academia, and Inheritance Cycle. So you can obviously tell the sexual characteristics of the individual, which is male.
Also, they're like, I want to use the author's barely concealed fetish joke, but it's not even barely concealed.
It's not barely concealed at all. So which gets us to the rest of his. So this whole section is just a list of the Pokemon that Ash catches in one of his stories. I am also posting my challenges here from my challenges story. Please send me a PM. I want to know if you meet those challenges. So challenge number 1. This is a Harry Potter story. Are you paying attention, Shadow?
What was that?
This is a Harry Potter story challenge.
He wishes for you to suffer.
Are you ready for this author to barely disguise his fetish as a story challenge?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Harry meets Hermione at a young age, and due to accidental magic, uses it to get away from Dudley's gang. Both of them turn into female foxes.
I want to kill myself.
Oh, welcome to the
What
podcast.
perfect timing you have,
What
nose hair!
I want to kill myself.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
Why
to the
did you
show.
stop-
Nietzsche was correct.
I stopped
Question.
clicking on rats for this.
Yes.
Question:
Yes.
Why do we have to be inflicted with furry shit?
Because
Lupine
apparently
horror.
it just is existing. Unfortunately, Rule 3 did not work well enough.
As long as Lupine Horror is alive, I will continue to inflict fanfiction upon everyone.
Okay, I think I live like 50 miles away from him, so
I mean, hey. A deal's a
Listen,
deal.
we do not condone violence, murder, or anything like that.
But we do appreciate it.
Shut the fuck up, Bart.
Arn, you are not representative of this show at all.
There's
Yeah,
a very specific
but,
reason that you are not an employee, nor will
I
you
mean,
ever be.
Is anyone-
Don't worry,
is that
he's
sneaky?
just our sponsor, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, luckily, I can
hang on a
take my
second.
sponsor's money and not agree with my sponsor.
Yeah, I was going to say, all three of us are very much of the boat of we will say fuck the sponsor in the same time we're taking the money.
Yeah.
We talked about this, Sneaky. If Microsoft was like, hey, here's money to show Windows 11, we'll do it.
Shill it.
And then we will immediately do a second podcast right after talking about how shit it is.
Yes.
No, we'll do it in the. No, actually, contractually, they not contractually, legally speaking, they cannot actually stop you in the middle of a paid advertisement from going, yeah, this is ass.
I mean, if it's a live paid advertisement, they can't stop you, but they can legally stop you if you're making a pre-recorded one.
I would say yes. But like if it's live, you can right, and technically
You can also
even
be sued
in-
for breach of contract.
That's
depending
also
on the
true.
advertising.
I think
was gonna say, it depends on what your
we'll probably
contract
only
states.
get the first advertiser with that one, and then every advertiser past that point would either
I was
not
gonna
give
say,
us
good
money.
luck getting any advertisers after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay, I
Um,
mean, look. On the other hand, Linus Tech Tips on how manages it, and he continuously dunks things on his channel.
that's fair. Both of them become female
actually makes good
foxes
content,
with
though.
the ability to become.
That's
Wait,
important.
wait. Whoa, what the fuck? This got worse.
Are
Well,
you
mean it got
surprised?
worse?
There's more of it, Sneaky.
What? Both of them become female foxes with the ability to then further turn into different accessories that can be worn.
What?
Oh boy,
What?
What the fuck?
one of
I'm sorry.
these.
He's decided to transform them into the mascots from Magical Girl shows, I
Yes.
guess?
They are then captured by a magical pet store and sold together to the following people. Either Susan Bones, Daphne Greengrass, Fleur de Coeur. If Fleur de Coeur, if this one is picked, she is not yet in Books de Boodums, but will not have her age changed, and she will still be considered an adult by the time of Goblet of Fire. Or Nymphadora Tunks. If this one is picked, she must be de-aged to be the same age as Harry and Hermione. Why?
Because suffering is eternal.
Because sexy times is what is the reason why. But you know, this author is barely disguising his fetish. The one
mean-
who buys them.
What do you mean disguising?
That's a good point. He's not exactly disguising
No,
as much as
not even
advertising.
That's fair. The one who buys them will gain a soul bond with the fox accessories, allowing them to understand each other, and finds out who they are less than a year later. But because they are scared that Harry will have to go back, they make the Harry's owner promise not to tell anyone, not even their families. When in public, they usually travel with their owner as a pair of earrings.
I possess extraordinary levels of hate.
I have extraordinary levels of pain.
Good.
That is the intent.
That way, they are close enough to the ears to talk to the owner without being overheard. Wait, if they have a literal fucking soul bond with the person, why can't they just like talk over the soul bond then? How
What,
does
do
an
you think it's like a
earring-
radio sneaky?
Wait, how the fuck does an earring even talk?
Bullshit, that's how.
It's a really
Right,
ugly
I'm
earring.
aware
Listen, it's a tiny little earring that looks like Griffith's egg. It's just got a bunch of mouths.
Okay, look, but my issue here is, if they're an earring and they're somehow magically talking to the person, then why do they have to be concerned about being overheard?
I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, I mean, see, I don't have we don't have an answer for you. The answer is this author's a bad author.
Yes, that's fair. It's blah 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 blah. When in public, blah blah blah, blah, they also become a swimsuit for their owner.
Oh, cool! It's one of these.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
God. One of these fucking people.
And they take turns being bra and panties for their owners as well.
Hell on earth.
However, if you choose to go that route,
Perish.
you must make it
Perish.
rated M.
Yes, today I shall curse DeviantArt.
Although the most powerful but least used transformation is their armor form, due to their magical core giving extra benefits. After
This
their
person played Xenoblade and then made this, didn't they?
Probably. After the first year of the family of the owner is informed, it's going to be the fourth year for Fleur. And after the second year, they all learn animagus magic, and Harry and Hermione can become humans again. where Harry turns into a female because he turned into a female fox originally. Barely disguised fetish. While the owner can then become a fox like them. In the 4th year, 7th year, everyone finds out when the owner's name and the familiar names also come out of the goblet together on one giant sheet of paper, forcing them all to compete.
Wait,
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
Yeah.
This is pain.
That is fucking
Who
retarded.
Yeah.
the fuck? Who the
Yeah.
fuck? It's a sheet of
Yeah.
paper with a familiar's name in.
Yeah.
Harry
would
Potter, did you
they?
put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Harry
Dumbledore
Potter,
said
did you somehow
calmly.
put the name of several people in the Goblet of Fire?
I'm
does the
actually
fox say?
more confused as if they have a soul bond, and this somehow is some sort of magical binding bond. Why couldn't the familiars compete with their owner anyway? Like, why did they have to also get bound by the goblet to compete if they're already bound to the person bound to compete?
Because contrived way to reveal who the familiars are supposed to be.
That's, you know what? That's fair enough.
Yeah. Author bullshit.
Voldemort, however, does know until the graveyard. How he doesn't find out is up to you. This allows them to escape Voldemort and capture Peter Pettigrew while they are surprised that Harry Potter is a woman and a fox.
I wish great suffering upon this author.
The following benefits
And also
are
no
given
shame.
to the owner.
Wait.
Why me? What did I do?
Aren't
Yeah?
has this person written anything to be called an author?
Yes, 18
Yes.
stories.
Okay.
Far too much, Shadow. Far too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Okay.
Benefits when worn. So, reminder, benefits when worn is a reference to the foxes that can become magical clothing. And when you wear the magical fox earrings, you become immune to mind magics like the Imperious Curse.
You mean that curse that anyone
The
can throw off if
unblockable
they're
curse.
stubborn enough?
Yes. When they're worn as a swimsuit, 1 or 2 piece, the owner can breathe underwater.
Yeah, babe.
When they are worn as outer clothes, they are protected from quote-unquote low-level spells.
Sorry, back to the swimsuit.
Yeah.
No, no.
Since when have foxes had gills?
Fuck you.
Very good question. We don't have an answer.
About 5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Depending.
just now. When worn as a bra or panties, it shocks anyone that gropes the wearer.
That should mean, you know, them at all times.
Yes.
Oh, this is a good one, guys. This is a good, holy shit, what the fuck? This is some edgy shit. What the fuck? When the foxes are worn as armor, the user becomes immune to magic, the armor is indestructible, and all forgivables are negated.
Bro.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck are
I'm just-
forgivables.
I am just-
The instant pain curse, the mind control curse, and the die curse.
Shouldn't the die curse just kill the fox?
No, it's because Harry makes them immune to the unforgivables. All 3 of them.
So what I'm hearing is it's the gameplay button.
Yeah, it's I'm OP now button.
Creative mode.
Yeah, The
If it was a game,
requirements.
it would be like, oh, hey, this is why your player doesn't fucking instantly die to the curse.
The requirements for this story is that Harry starts as a male and turns into a woman. Harry and Hermione must become foxes and familiars. It has to be a three-way relationship between the pets and the owner.
You know,
And-
most people just write their own smut instead of requesting it.
All three of them. No, they don't.
No, what the fuck are you on about?
Not a fucking. There's way more requests than there is smut.
I mean, most people probably would rather like request pictures and not stories. But apparently, I'm in the wrong here.
Yes, as
Yes.
always. All three of them must become OP. Alternate forms. If Harry is the left earring, next time she must be the right earring. If she was the top of the swimsuit, next time she must be the bottom of the swimsuit. If she is used as a bra, she has to be used as the panties next. It must be rated M if bra and panty forms are used. Before the ending, all three must be pregnant using the double X
I
chromosomes.
beg your pardon.
Well, that escalated.
That came out
That
of
escalated. Yeah.
It's just still going.
Yes!
It gets worse.
All three must be
There's more.
pregnant, and they must invent a spell that lets girls have sex with other girls and then carry their child from it.
What is this card, Captor Sakura?
Their children can only be female due to the lack of X chromosomes.
I think the author's the one lacking chromosomes here.
I mean, yes, but we didn't need to say that out loud. That was inferred.
Yeah, they have to be girls because they lack the X chromosome. Holy shit.
You know, I'm just thinking. Harry had a Y chromosome.
Yes.
So what the fuck is stopping the children from suddenly developing one?
Well, you see, they have to all turn female, and then he wants a lot of lesbian on lesbian action. No dick girls allowed because that's 25% gay.
Yep. As according to the chart.
Uh-huh. The chart never lies.
Can we get a visualization on that
No.
chart? Thank you.
No.
No, perish forever.
All three, owner included, must turn into a fox and then turn into an accessory at some point be worn by everyone.
Okay, but why though?
Wait, what does that statement mean?
Don't question it and just consume content. Yeah, parcel tongue, okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. All three of them will share abilities. So all of them are going to be parcel tongues, natural flyers, and if Tonks is their owner, Harry and Hermione also become metamorph maguses, or they get Vela magic. I highly recommend this option.
Of course you do.
The fuck is Vela magic?
I don't fucking know, and I don't want
Non-existent.
to know.
Fallon.
Note, every time I say the word owner in this challenge, what I really mean is the person that bought them.
Yes, that is what an owner usually entails.
In the story, all three should be equal. Okay.
Communism?
Communism in my story? More likely than you think.
Challenge number 2! Cat Girl Hermione. When Hermione...
Okay, we're done. We're done. Stop reading this fucking author.
No.
I don't look. We could just call this author DeviantArt the fucking requester, and we'd be done.
Yeah, but it just
So
gets...
stop fucking
No,
reading it.
dude, this guy is a fucking treasure trove of content.
I don't fucking...
When Hermione becomes part cat, it is permanent. And not wanting to let Hermione go through it alone, Harry also takes polyjuice with cat hair, and because the cat was female, that means Harry becomes a cat girl instead of a cat boy permanently. Luckily, Harry and Hermione form a soul bond with each other, allowing them to get along well, as they now share a destiny.
Is the destiny to die horribly?
Their destiny was to become cat girls?
I mean, that might as well just be death.
Okay.
God. That's another shot.
They must do everything in canon, and they are entered together into the Triwizard Tournament, all while being part cat and part girl.
Okay, so part girl as opposed to full girl.
Yes, because the other half of the girl is cat.
I mean, listen, this is the internet. It could be
Look,
part
man,
cat, part something else.
apparently cat's a gender now.
Look, Sneaky. It's 2022. You can be whatever you want.
Dumbledore bashing is recommended. Ron, Ginny, Percy, Molly bashing recommended. Extra,
Of course it's a Ron Bash story.
extra abilities due to cat DNA recommended. Soul Bond, allowing Harry and Hermione to impregnate each other, is highly recommended.
By Allah.
By Allah, I shall smite thee.
Hey, let's use the name. Let's use a real deity. By Sigmar, the hammer shall smite thee.
Sigma Walls.
See, I would swear to Helix here, but unfortunately Helix approves of this absolute anarchy.
Helix giveth and Helix taketh away.
Mostly taketh.
Mostly
taketh.
Wow, that is just a giant wall of text, and it's Ranma, so you guys don't really care.
I mean, I care about Ranma, but not from this person.
That's a Dragon Ball Z thing, where Gohan and Videl fuse at an early age and become permanently female.
Thanks, Toriyama.
Very cool.
Gohan and Videl are the biological parents of Pan, but are fused for the entire pregnancy. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, they have a bunch of challenge stories, challenge story, challenge story, challenge story, challenge story, challenge story. Per Siphon Ni Jackson and Lightning Thief. Percy is more than son of Poseidon. He is also the adopted Kitsune daughter of Hestia. How will this change things? When Percy doesn't even
It's
know
about to change my
he's
reading
a
habits.
demigod. It's about to change my safety. Oh my god.
The fuck did I come back to? You missed some.
You
first
don't want
day.
to know. Leave now.
You don't need to know.
Just run, Gray.
Alolan Vulpix Ash. Ash Ketchum
Oh god.
is
no.
kidnapped and turned into baby female female Alolan Vulpix before escaping, and is adopted and is trained by her trainer for some time, growing stronger before going through journey back to his, now her, former friends. Will she make it? 1,000 word chapters. Updated over the course of an entire year. 10 chapters. Jesus Christ.
Hey, so it went on far too long.
It went on far too long, and it was far too long.
One chapter is far too long, to be honest.
Ash's secret. Ash Ketchum has a secret. He's actually a female Zora pretending to be a human male. How does this change things?
What, author? Why do you ask these questions?
Because retarded clickbait.
Yeah, Fem Ash, Pokemon Ash, Strong Ash team. Ash will win leagues, more Pokemon than canon. Secret will be revealed, no move limits. All Pokemon get stronger over time. This went on over the course of 3 years with a total of 28 chapters and a meager 54k words. What in the fuck? Oh god, it just gets worse. Oh no!
Did you honestly expect it to not?
A little bit. I thought we reached rock bottom when we had Ash being surgically turned into a female Vulpix, but...
You should already know it always gets worse.
I
That
know.
is your tagline. You should live by that tagline.
Maybe I drink so much so I forget.
That's probably also something that happens.
Well, clearly you don't drink enough.
I know, I don't. Fairy Flight. A young Harry and Hermione are turned into female fairies and end up in the Kokori Forest and help Link save the day. Part 1 of 3. Future pairing is Fem Harry, Fem Hermione, Saria, Fem Link, and Fem Ranma from one half. All of them are turned into female fairies.
Okay, but why though?
I wonder what this person's fetish is.
Yes. No possible idea.
I am currently wondering how much of their, how bad their head injury is.
Oh, why is that?
I'm wondering about their fucking search history, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go ahead.
True.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
let's
don't
see,
do
no
that.
one cares about that. Wait, this is a reading of story. Are you fucking kidding me? Their only story that isn't a fetish work or a challenge is a reading of story. Wow. Wow.
Here's the question.
Wow.
The story that they are reading,
Yeah.
does that fall into their fetish?
You know, that...
Probably.
Let's see here. Additional tags, Love Square, slow burn, gradual relationship development, female times male. I'm not seeing any gender bending, not seeing any female on female action, so shockingly no. Shockingly no. So we have a Legend of Zelda fic called Shattered Fates. Saria accidentally turns Link into a girl.
And how do you accidentally manage that one, huh?
They just do. Trying to accidentally fix it, she shatters fate itself. And now Link and Saria have to work together in a new quest that will span several Zelda games. That's not how that works at all. The Zelda games are literally, like, apart by hundreds of years. Sometimes
How would you
only,
say?
like,
There's like
10.
2 that aren't?
Yeah, there's like 2 to 3 that aren't.
Because I know there's Majora's Mask and one other.
Wind Waker
Majora's
and,
Mask
Phantom
is
Hourglass.
actually a divergence.
Oh yeah, Phantom Hourglass. Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, so we've got Alicorn of the Stars, My Little Pony, don't care. Twilight Dragon Rider, a version of Twilight Rider Redux by Blue Fire Eternal, where Aragon becomes a female dragon.
I'm starting to get a feel they have a trend going on.
Really?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's clearly not a trend.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. So their
You see,
final
Nosehair's
story
denying that
series.
it's a trend because it's his search history.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not. Please kill yourself.
So their final story series, air quotes, Lottie Ash.
I don't even know why people continue to make stories about fucking.
Lottie Ash.
Shut the fuck up.
No, that is literally the fucking.
I know it's literally the thing. That doesn't mean I want to hear it.
In Hocus Pocus
Well,
Mon.
tough. You're having to.
In Hocus
True.
Pocus Mon, Ash turns into a shiny Latios. Sorry, Latias. My bad. For a second there, I thought the author would be a little bit less fetishy, but no.
No.
How will this affect things? Especially with what Latias he has turned into. In the sequel to Latias Ultra Moon, Ash.
Why do people want sex with the Pokemon? Please
Because
stop.
they're horny.
Now
Please
a
cease.
female makes her way through the Alola region as a human female. Yeah, it's a little bit weird to be honest. I'm kind of.
I mean, it's also pretty fucking cringe.
Yeah, it's kind of cringe too. So, yeah. Unfortunately, pretty much the other two stories from this guy are garbage, and pretty much
They
only-
are also cringe.
from the Emerald Commander, the guy who wrote My Rabbit Academia. The Fox and the Rabbit are possibly the only ones I'm even willing to try and read from this guy. But now that I've found out he was the one who wrote Rabbit My Hero Academia, I'll tentatively give this one a shot. Not super enthused to read it, but hey, could be good. He's clearly shown quite a bit of competency when writing the other one, so who knows? Maybe it won't be terrible. That being said, though, let's get into something completely different. Like, I don't know.
Anything else?
Wooby! And knowing is half the battle. The Ark family trip is cut short, leaving Juan in a condition where his father's only choice is to unlock his aura. How does an early aura unlock and trained up John fare against the coming storm that left Beacon in shambles? With just a little confidence and just a little bit of insight and luck, a lot of luck. Well, first off, it doesn't actually change much, because I'm pretty sure no matter how much skill or luck John has, there's not much you can do against that fucking dragon, a giant fucking dragon. Which, by the way, they never actually went and killed. It's still there in Beacon. Just, not dead.
Just squatting there.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah, it's still there. But I really don't see how John unlocking his aura early would actually change anything. There was that one story, Silver, which by I'm Yoshi, that is unfortunately quite dead at this point. He might have died. And in Silver, the story takes about 4 to 5 books to even make it to the Vital Tournament, because he goes really hard on having John using his out-of-the-box thinking due to not growing up being taught about aura, just approaching problems from a different angle because he has no external frame of reference.
Yoshi's alive. He updated on June 3rd one of his one-shots.
It's unfortunate. That means
he is alive at least.
Yeah, but that means he's probably not coming back to Silver.
Silver took a long time to update too. I think he's just slow about it. So maybe, who knows though.
But I mean, that is the downside of Silver as well, is that it's great content, but it updates slowly these days, that it's almost not even worth reading. It's the classic fanfiction problem of, oh wow, this story is really good, too bad the author only updates once a year. Right, Gray? Doesn't that suck when the author only updates once a year?
Sneaky, you have no room to talk.
That's exactly his point, Nose.
Yeah.
Doesn't it suck when the author drops a chapter and then doesn't come back for 6 months?
That's mostly on you, but that's also on me. So, God fucking damn it.
I don't think I like how many people are being called out right now in this voice chat.
Shadow! Let's see who else here has tried to write stories before. Everyone.
I have also suffered that. See, Nose
Everyone
on the other hand has never even made it to the point of posting any of his. So,
well, that's because I kind of realized that my story was kind of stupid. So I was just, I'm just gonna not.
Indeed. So anyway, what else we got here? More cringe. Strength of the pack. 4 wolves. 4 brothers. There's 4 wolves inside you. You're having an orgy.
All of them are gay. You are gay.
There are 4 wolves inside of you. One is gay. The other is gay. There's a third one that's gay. The other one is not gay. He really wishes he weren't here right now.
There are 2 gators inside you. You're in Florida.
Both are on meth.
No.
Nah, honestly, my favorite one I saw recently was there's 2 wolves inside you. You are a white woman.
Bro.
Anyway, so there's 4 wolves, 4 brothers, in one huge quest to find themselves as huntsmen in training. But what will be waiting down the path? Team Ruby times OC team. Image belongs to me. Image belongs to me. Bro, it's literally just a wolf paw stylized.
Hey, if GW can do it.
Check your ego.
Yeah, check your ego. Fucking damn. The Daughter of Bad Luck, also by the same author. Jesus Christ. Holy. Bruh! Bruh! What the fuck, bruh? This is
There's
all by
some
the
real
same
bro
dude.
moments.
What the fuck?
He just updated 6 stories in the same hour. Bro, calm the fuck down. Being daughter of self-proclaimed bad luck charm. He's not self-proclaimed. He is literally a bad luck charm. They canonized that. We are in the year of our Lord 2022. That shit's canonized.
Unfortunately.
Like, it was a joke back in the day when Monty hadn't picked out the power yet. And then they kind of just made that
And then it
permanent.
got canonized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Volume 4 is where that was revealed to be a semblance, in fact.
Yes.
Yes.
The very next volume.
The volume that Monty had no part in writing, yes.
Yeah. The one that theoretically he left notes for, and then they just threw all the notes out the window because,
I
it's
mean,
too
Because people kept
predictable.
predicting they kept being predicted, and they're like,
There's
do
nothing
something
wrong
different.
with being predicted, just do it well.
Impossible.
Predictable isn't bad. It's
Ruby
just
writers
how well
do
you
something
execute
good.
it.
Challenge impossible.
Well, my mother just got home apparently and found a flash drive just sitting in the center of her kitchen table.
What was on it?
She doesn't know yet because she doesn't own a flash drive.
Huh.
And she was asking me how she's supposed to use it.
Clearly, it's Randy Pitchford's. You shouldn't put it in.
It secretly contains 19 gigabytes of unpublished child.
Dude, it's just magic tricks. Don't worry.
child pornography.
Uh-oh.
OC times question mark? So Crow has a self-insert OC daughter, who then falls in love with question mark? Lupus et Panthera, with her power of shapeshifting stolen, leaving her mind and body in a weak state, she will rediscover herself in a new life on Patch, make new friends of the magical folk, especially the blonde werewolf with the heart of gold. Magic AU, where faunus are were creatures, mages, and other magical beings, and hunters kill them all. Blake times Yang, Weiss times Ruby.
Of course.
So how exactly is the werewolf going to go be a hunter that then murders other werewolves?
Clearly, we're just playing Werewolf the Apocalypse here.
Indeed. Love Swim Deep, a pirate times mermaid AU featuring Blake times Yang and Weiss times Ruby. Discover your favorite character as a pirate or mermaid.
No thanks.
The Beast Within. Anger, fear, and sadness. These emotions can draw out the evil creatures of Grimm, but what do you do if you feel like you're Grimm? Justifiably, none of the stories from this author have more than 4 favorites. Okay, 6 favorites. Yeah. I'm not surprised by this. Oh, here's their here's their 7th story. It's got a whopping 50 favorites. A tiger's fury and compassion. Do not be afraid to show compassion. Do not be afraid to stand up for what you think is right in a harsh world we live in, son. The image belongs to me. Dude, it's literally just a style. That's literally a tattoo. I've seen that tattoo before. Do not claim the rights to that image, author. You fucking retard. OC Tiger times Blake. There are 2 wolves inside you. You're Blake Belladonna.
True.
Subglaciale by the Toasty author. When I was 5, I befriended a girl named Weiss. When we were 13, I thought she threw me aside for good. Now at 18, I've suddenly found myself getting pulled into events much bigger than myself, all because I wanted to help an old friend leave home. The worst part is, I'm just a florist. OC times Weiss, female OC.
Of course. Because apparently everyone's gay for Weiss.
Well, apparently, if you're that's frustrating you. Here, have this story. Weiss's mom...
That wasn't an ask for another fucking story.
Weiss's mom has it going on. Weiss picks John as her partner for her physics project in this modern AU, and nothing is out of the
Fuck off.
ordinary.
Fuck off with modern AUs.
Well, the
Ooh.
ordinary is about to be shaken up when Willow Schnee, having long suffered a loveless marriage, sets her sights on John.
Oh,
Willow
Unfortunate.
That
times Weiss
escalated.
times John, full of porn.
that escalated.
That very rapidly escalated, yes.
And it is very short.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Apparently the entire story is literally just porn. I don't know why we had to make a modern AU out of that. It's like, no chakra AU. Naruto is a pizza delivery guy, and Hinata is out of money. What will she ever use to pay for the pizza?
Uh-oh.
Fortune telling.
It's just like, why does this have to be a modern AU? Why can't they just fuck? Why does it have to?
People need to make weird justifications for their porn.
I guess I wouldn't know.
PWP is a thing.
What?
PWP is a thing.
PWP?
Porn with plot, Sneaky.
Oh,
Without.
No, well, without with. Same thing, really.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. Is why don't they? If they're just gonna write a story about them fucking, why do they?
I wasn't arguing with you.
Yeah.
Just making a statement.
Okay. Well.
You know, I can't remember who it was who said it, but someone said they needed a plot for their shitty porn,
Oh, right. My bad.
and I was just pointing out porn without plot
Yeah,
exists.
I'm just. Oh, hey, look! It's Core's updating Raise again. Where people are.
I mean, the thing,
necromancy.
the reason why such thing exists is literally just Hollywood directors.
What, porn without plot or porn with plot?
Porn with plot, because they wanted to be writers, but they couldn't, so now they're writing porn.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. The Grimlands. John Ark lost his home in an invasion of monsters, finding himself thrown to the furthest reaches of Remnant. He swears revenge. Armed with a family relic and unfinished training, he sets his sights on Beacon, and he'll kill every Grim to achieve his ambition. Kind of cringe, to be honest.
Isn't the whole point to kill all the Grim anyway?
Yeah, I swear to kill every Grim, and I'll get to Beacon to learn how to do that, and I'll kill every Grim on the way if that's what I need to do.
Isn't that what you were planning on doing anyway?
Chaos. Where's Chaos? I'm here to punch Chaos in the face.
I need the Chaos Emeralds.
These
Where's
Chaos
that
Emeralds?
damn fourth Chaos?
Mr. Obama, no!
Salem appears to the world. John Ark is a bitch.
Lasers the moon! That's right, bitches! I pull him up the moon! Fuck you, Ozpin! Ozpin has a needle dick! I was there!
What?
I saw it!
What did I come back to?
Mega Man and Remnant.
Leave. Just leave and save your sanity.
A story in which Salem blows up the moon and proclaims to the world over live television that Ozpin has a needle dick, and she totally saw it.
I mean, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we're really just getting into the porn these days, aren't we? Ruby porn prompts. Send me your porn and I'll send you mine.
Were we supposed to be avoiding those?
9.
Yes, but that's it's just there. Can't do much about it.
All right, so why is it there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ruby Rosebloom. As Team Ruby and Team Juniper is formed in Beacon Academy, a new team will appear, and they will go to the Academy too. Mallow Moive Belladonna, the only human to live in Menagerie, the island of the Faunus, and his teammates Blue Gadrali, Rico Tiri, and Serini Khan enter Beacon to form Team Estimage. OC times Ruby Rose.
You know, these conversations actually tempt me to watch Ruby just to tell how retarded these things are.
Honestly, if you ever do that, I would just watch Ice Queendom. Just watch Ice Queendom. Don't
just watch that.
any
It's
of
so
the,
much better.
Yeah, there is literally
It's better
no
animation.
point
It's a
in
better
watching.
story.
Atin, have you seen the reviews on Crunchyroll yet?
No, I don't intend to look at them.
I didn't
they're
show him
hilarious.
You
those.
didn't send him them?
No.
Oh my
I didn't.
god!
I only sent them to you.
Oh my.
No, Sneaky. I don't need to see them because I know what the idiots in the fandom are going to say.
It is.
Oh, the animation
It
much-
literally
much
killed
better.
me inside reading them. You don't understand.
Please tell me someone thought the animation was worse.
Yes.
Much worse.
Yes, we had so many reviews of animation is bad. They're going too fast. The characters are flat. The original did it so much better.
Oh, it didn't.
The original
Did it?
was a scattered mess.
The original did it
Inshallah.
worse. Oh, there's too many static backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh, like how the
Oh, the one where they're like, they blitzed through half the season. It's like, yeah, well, first season was 2 hours long, so an hour makes sense, yes.
Guys, they cut it in half. That's not really that bad.
Also,
Wasn't like the whole joke of, hey, Ruby season 1's literally just half a season.
Yes.
It was about
Yeah.
an hour and 40 minutes long or something.
Yeah, it was
actually
very
hour
short.
54 according to Google. So they literally did the first half of season 1 because that's all they needed for the setup.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, it's just yeah. The reviews, and there was so many 1-star reviews of people just absolutely ass mad, complaining about things that it's just like, did we remember the same season 1? Because all the shit you're complaining about, they just copy pasted. Very little of the complaints were about anything they did new. Like, there was no real complaints about the whole punching instead of slashing thing. There was no complaints about how Ruby didn't throw someone out the window this time and just intentionally broke a window because reasons. Like, there was no complaint.
Cool.
There was no complaints about how they skipped content. Like, yeah, they complained how they went too fast, but there was no like, oh, well, they didn't show this one scene. It was just, oh, they went too fast. Is really the only complaint. But the rest of the complaints was like, oh, the people are bland. Oh, the scenes are static. Oh, the character dialogue is stilted and awkward. It's like, this is the same dialogue. They didn't change any of it.
They should have.
They did change some of it, but a large majority of it was word for word. But
Unfortunate, really.
But it's just like all the shit you're complaining about is from this thing you're trying to defend. Ruby fans are fucking retarded.
I mean, the Ruby
But
fans.
we already knew that.
Yeah, I know.
Because
It's
they
quite
were
unfortunate.
listen, if they
Implied.
were still defending season 8, there was no hope.
Yeah. Ruby, The Burden of Love. This is a story about a girl who loved and had been loved, but with good intentions, the road was paved in a cruel world. Roman and Neo. No, Roman and Neo are actually a case of all injuries are self-inflicted. The entirety of Remnant goes to the movie theater to watch John Arc in many different situations.
So like
Is
the
one of
worst
them him
movie
dying
ever.
horribly?
I wish.
Not enough.
The
He
Deus
keeps
Ex...
dying in the Halo poses. It's just him screwed because he gets hit by grenades over and over.
Deus Ex Machina and the Comprehension of a Rose. The gods have grown tired waiting for Ozma to finish his job. It's unfair and humanity has been without guidance. Ozpin hasn't made the progress the god hoped for him. In an attempt to see whether or not humanity is ready for their return, 2 representatives of the gods have been chosen. The gods shall watch and decide whether humanity is ready to return. Featuring Ruby Rose, the representative of the god of darkness, and John Arc as the representative of the god of light.
I feel like that should be the opposite.
John Arc version of Everything Everywhere All at Once. He gets carried by some of his core versions. Yeah, fair. Devouring to grow stronger. A wealthy businessman hires mercenaries to kill the man who killed his son. However, the whole team is instantly killed by that man. The man named Mike Smith. The team leader kills him.
The man named Mike Smith. I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that this was some kind of Men in Black joke.
The team leader kills him, but Mike wake up in world he know nothing about. But he does what he does best there. Devour people. So I can actually tell you
War
guys.
enthusiast.
No, sort of, but no. I can actually tell you guys the exact story this author is using the power set from. He's using the power set from RE Monster.
Oh, fucking, I was like, I feel like
Oh
I've
my
heard of this
God.
power before, and I'm like, wait.
Yes. So RE Monster's plot, if you can call it that, has the main character.
It had an interesting present.
It
had an interesting present.
Yeah, well,
Premise.
RE Monster was
Premise,
a very early in the monster isekai premise. So
I
yeah,
remember getting bored of it years ago.
yeah. Oh, and it got
It
dumb.
got boring.
Yeah.
Very.
But RE
So,
Monster's original premise was that the main character is isekai'd into a new world with a gamer system. But shocker of shockers, he got isekai'd as a goblin instead of a human. But good thing is that he ended up keeping his devour power that he had as a human in his previous life. His previous life was taking place in the world of Index, in which every human had a psychic power, and his psychic power was he could eat things to become stronger. But the problem is he didn't have the gamer system to help digest things, and also in that world, eating people was wrong. So he couldn't really use his power then to get strong. But now in this new world where he has the gamer system that lets him digest things instantly, and he has his devour power, he gets super strong really quick by eating literally everything.
Also, there was what was the
Wasn't he
fucking
also-
guy in Index? What was his name?
What?
The weird dude that can punch people in the face and somehow not get affected by psychic powers.
Oh, yeah, his name is Generic
Oh, wow.
McGeneric.
I feel like I should correct that, but you're not wrong.
Coma?
Yeah, Like I said, generic McGeneric.
But anyway, with Remonster, wasn't he killed by a yandere in his first world?
Probably, yeah.
Are we sure he's not faceless?
It's possible.
Would not surprise
no,
me in the
Faceless's stomach
slightest.
is too weak.
True.
His stomach is pathetic. He could never have the Devour power.
Fair.
Now, with that being said, though, however, I believe that Slime actually came after RE Monster.
Yeah,
And-
but Slime's much better.
Oh, it is much better, but I'm saying I think Slime was actually inspired by RE Monster.
It was inspired by someone going, this is too edgy.
That is patently false.
Also, whenever I hear Devour, I just imagine Tyranids invading.
I actually just imagine the song.
All right, hear me out, Sneaky.
Sorry,
Someone
Dan?
gets. All right, so thanks to that, I now have a really stupid monster isekai.
Oh yeah.
Someone ends up as a Hormigaunt with gamer powers.
2001. Well, that's Then you would like. I like how I can do Slime is Kai, and still get. Yeah, okay, yeah, 2000, yeah, 2 years later after RE Monster, so yeah.
I could have sworn it came first.
No, it didn't. So as I was saying, fucking, what were we saying? Oh yeah. There was actually a fad for a while, on the StarCraft section, where, people would isekai into StarCraft with Zerg powers in a gamer setup. And that was a fad inspired by this one guy for a while, and then it died off because the author stopped posting. But yeah, a lot of people tried making gamer Zerg powers, and it got out of hand very quickly, much like the Tyranids would do. Because, Tyranids?
Tyrannid.
Yeah. Cringe, Ruby AU, but it's fantasy. Cringe, Ruby AU, but John Arc from every different multiverse story comes in. John Arc, the one-man band. One would assume that their leader's ability to inspire, especially being a huntsman, would boil down to their ability to charge up their
I don't like the way that that's phrased.
To charge up their teammates into giving it their all. Yeah, I don't like that phrasing. While in the midst of battle.
Plug your friend into a USB port, my guy.
But what happens when that inspiration takes shape in the form of lyrics with strong hearts screaming them out for all to feel vital or even just vulnerable? So John is a one-man band who thinks he's My Chemical Romance.
Truly, this is a cursed dimension.
Actually, that's kind of an insult to My Chemical Romance. What's that other emo-y band that screamed a lot? Was that Linkin Park? And
Linkin Park didn't scream a whole lot. They were emo-y, but they didn't.
What's that other emo band that screamed a lot? Do you have any idea how little that is?
Okay, you know what, motherfucker? I'm about to fucking put you into the scream a lot pile.
Okay, no, hang on. Nose is entirely correct. Like, from our childhood, that does not narrow it down in the slightest.
Does not.
I didn't
No, don't
say...
put me in the scream box.
I didn't say...
You are going to the scream pile.
He was wrong. I said he's about to be added to that category.
Yeah, all right, whatever you say, Hook. At least knows.
Even all the hope is gone. Move along.
I
move
got
along,
the joke.
Just like I know you do. Okay, wait. No, I got the joke. I'm just. Who sang that? Was that My Chemical Romance?
Okay. No. Even
He
when
said
the
Hope.
Rejects. All American Rejects.
Yeah.
Was it All American?
It's like I know the
Rejects?
song. Damned if I can remember it.
Move along. All
I
American
thought you were making a Boo Boo Box joke.
Fuck, that's what it was! Yes, you are correct! All American Rejects. Holy shit! I have not thought about them since, when did I leave high school? 2012.
Careful, the answer may depress you.
I have not
The
thought
answer
about the
may
All American Rejects in over 12 years. Holy shit. What the fuck? Are they still alive?
Fuck
I
if
mean, I
know.
assume they're alive. Probably not a band, but I assume they're alive.
They broke up in 2013, which kind of explains why I haven't heard about them since then. Okay, so no, they actually, you know what? They headlined in 2014, fifth album in 2013. Then the band split up from there. Got back together again to sing in 2015. Band split up again. Got back together to sing in 2017. Band split up again. The band got back together again in 2018, but were no longer signed to Interscope Records, saying that they intended to release more music without any politics when signed to a major label. Citing the process of the label paying top 40 stations to play their music as not for them, and it's not what their music is about. Okay, so that's actually pretty based. We don't want to sign with a big label because we don't actually get to see if our music is liked or not, because the people we sign with pay off radio stations to play us. Okay, you know what? That's respect. Like, actually respect.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something that that's something that actually got talked a lot about in all my classes at school. They were just like, yeah, so if you ever work for one of these places, be prepared to sell some of your soul.
Because it's like Epitaph Records. Wait a second, I know Epitaph Records.
Well, it was basically just like, unfortunately, the way things work, records need people to play their music, so more often than not, they'll just pay people off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like, listen, it's like when you get to marketing like 302, they're like, listen, nothing you do here is good for humanity. Your soul is forfeit forever. Welcome to the club.
In 2020, they released 14 more songs. And then they broke up again, with Tyson Ritter stating it's not likely the band will ever make another song or record, if ever. It's given birth to all of these other projects, and as an artist, you need to know when to stop. Then in 2022, the All American Rejects got back together again. God fucking damn it, guys. Got back together again, and then they announced they would be going to the When We Were Young festival with My Chemical Romance and Paramore. Fuck you!
Oh, my soul just died a little.
What soul?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're in marketing. You don't have a soul.
Excuse you, I am in procurement.
Oh,
I do not market anything.
Shit, this does make me feel hella old.
Well, good thing you are.
Lineup: 3-0, Acceptance, AFI, Alkaline Trio, All American Rejects, Armor for Sleep, Avril Lavigne, Bayside, Boys Like Girls, Bright Eyes, Bring Me to the Horizon, Dance Gavin Dance, A Day to Remember, 4 Years Strong, Glassjaw. Okay, who else? Ice Nine Kills. Don't know any of these guys. Mayday Parade, Meet Me at the Altar, Mom Jeans, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, Pierce the Veil, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Silverstein, Sleeping with Sirens, Story So Far, Taking Back Sunday, We Are the Kings. Fuck. I do feel old now. Yeah, when we were young, yeah, they fucking knew. They knew. Oh, Christ. I'm kind of sad they don't have Offspring there because they're using the song name. When we were young, by the Offspring. No?
They originally tried to get them, but they backed out at the last minute, and by that time it was too late to change the marketing material.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be shocked it is the Offspring. But yeah, that's wild. Fucking hell. I have not thought about the All-American Rejects in forever, but they have apparently been releasing songs for the past 12 years. I guess I have to go look them up now.
Watch them all be bangers.
You know what? That's what it has been. Cause like I went and looked up some. Okay, actually, no. Green Day has become cringe, and so has Linkin Park. But I was looking up some older bands, and I looked up their new songs. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are these songs good? Like fucking not 3 Days Grace, was it? Was it 3 Days Grace? No. Rise Against. I was looking up Rise Against, and apparently they put out some new albums, and they're all fucking bangers. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, how have I not heard any of these songs? Like, I understand I don't really listen to the radio anymore, but whenever I do listen to the radio, it's the same shit that's been playing since, like, 2017. Like, the popular shit back when I graduated high school is still playing on the same fucking radio stations. So, like, you can't really blame me for not knowing any of these new songs. You can blame me, but you're wrong. Before I forget, yeah. Alright, gentlemen, let's keep going. A cat's loyalty. Blake is a Kalesh foundling. Will she be able to do duties, or will test be of her will downfall?
You know,
I just had a stroke.
I misread foundling as fondling.
You know what? That's probably going to happen in this story. Big issues. Undermining Huntsmen of Academies have taken a different turn this time. Set at beginning of Volume 2, we see how these changes affect story we know. No spoilers, frequent updates. Well, 55 chapters, 438k words, over the span of a single year. Yeah, okay, you know what, author? You get to say frequent updates. Jesus Christ. But, I do have to point to these stats right here. These stats are not a good balance. Over the span of a year, 55 chapters, each chapter being roughly 8k words, 23 favorites, 32 follows, 60 reviews. That's not... And the... oh, no! No, don't all the reviews are one dude!
Oh, no.
Oh, unfortunate.
Here we go. I agree with JC of Core. You went overboard and have ruined this story. Okay, so JC of Corn says... Someone messaged me to check out your story because they were hoping I would make fun of it. Based. I won't make fun of your story. even though
Cringe.
I don't like the message with how it glorifies obesity. What?
He's retarded American.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
That came out of left field.
It's indeed sneaky. Left field.
You at least acknowledge that it's not healthy to be overweight in the author's note. That being said, acknowledging it while trying to remain positive about it doesn't work. I am in agreement with one of the other reviewers that if someone was just a few pounds overweight or had a little bit of extra fluff, it wouldn't be bad. But the way you describe the characters in this story makes it sound like they're a few weeks away from saying the doctor had to amputate a limb due to diabetes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your writing itself isn't all that bad, and your grammar is certainly better than some other authors, but the message you're sending is fatal. When a good portion of this world is metabolically unhealthy and heart disease, a good portion of this world is okay, you know what? Actually, China is metabolically unhealthy, and so is India. Okay, U.S., India, China are all really not great places in terms of food consumption right now.
Oh God, no.
Most
For
places
very
aren't
different
good.
reasons, but
For widely different reasons, but still, it's well. I mean, there's a yes, Arn, they have the food, but there's small issues with each country currently, making it almost worse than not having food.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Yeah. This is not the route to take, author. Like I said, if this was about Yang putting on a few extra pounds, oh god. Oh god.
It's a fat fetishist story.
Oh no.
Of course it is.
It's an
You know, I think
inflation
that explains
story.
the fucking.
That one reviewer
numbers.
who is just fucking fapping to this story.
Yeah. And also, you know, the fact that nobody really cares.
Yeah, the fact that no one follows this story despite being 500,000 words long.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, if this was about Yang putting on a few extra pounds, it wouldn't really be that much of an issue. That being said, she doesn't have to be a whale. Oh, fucking hell. Absolutely disgusting story. This was a waste of time and mental capacity. Holy shit. This story is in bad taste. There's a reason all the characters in RWBY who pursue careers of being huntsmen are fit and athletic. The story of this, the author of this story never saw clips of my 600-pound life, and it shows.
Why were you watching that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny to laugh at that as fat people. Like, come on. If you eat yourself into being 800-some pounds, and you are literally incapable of shitting on a toilet without a crane, and you still won't admit you have a problem, you can laugh at those people without feeling guilty.
yeah.
Let's see, someone of that size would barely be able to walk, let alone do anything the RWBY characters are capable of. Okay, so basically this, from what I'm getting here, is the author is describing Yang as literally a round ball of pure lard, doing backflips and all sorts of other athletic abilities.
Mofucker in Wall-E.
Yeah, literally Wall-E level sized humans, yeah. Also, to answer your question, Nose, the reviewer does in fact say why they watched an episode of the show. I had friends who had an aunt who was that obese. She wasted away in bed because she was too heavy to move, and everyone around her perpetuated the idea that there was nothing wrong with her. She took it to heart and insisted she never needed help, no matter how much her family tried to encourage her to lose weight. She was on the brink of death because the people around her pushed the myth that there was nothing wrong with being 660 pounds at 5 feet tall. My friend was horrified that she was going to lose her aunt because because she was obsessed with the body positivity movement. Thankfully, she and her family were able to bring her aunt back from the brink, but it was a chilling experience all the same. She'd be mortified if she ever read your story. Glorifying obesity. So unless you've written in that Yang shaves off all the unnecessary fat once she invokes her semblance, this story is absolute trash. There's a difference between having 10 or 20 extra pounds and looking like a beanbag chair. Jesus Christ. The human body isn't built to sustain itself at that point, especially in a profession like being a huntress, which involves lots of running and bouncing and weightlifting. The only thing that's going to happen if someone that heavy goes out into the field is they're going to die instantly. Also, the fact that it seems like Yang is the only one affected by this nonsense seems like it's less like a coincidence and more like a thinly veiled fat fetish that you have. You are disgusting.
Ooh.
According to
A
the
strong
National
desire,
Institutes of Health...
to utter the word based.
Yeah, a little bit based. According to the National... And this is a different reviewer, supposedly, maybe. According to the National Institute of Health, obesity and overweight together are the second leading cause of preventable deaths in the United States, close behind tobacco usage. An estimated 300,000 deaths per year are due to obesity. Body positivity is one thing. Saying overweight people are healthy is different. They aren't, and you shouldn't treat them like that. Do not lie and sugarcoat it. Being overweight is not healthy, and being obese can be deadly. If you or a loved one is suffering from obesity, get help. Don't lie to them and tell them they're healthy. Well, shit. Fucking didn't expect this from the review section.
That's a surprise.
This story is absolutely disgusting. I'm not going to talk about my main issue with this, as many other reviewers have pointed this out. But I agree with them 100%. How the hell are they able to achieve any physical capability when they look like a beanbag chair? Don't just say that Aura fixes it, as Aura can't fix that. Body positivity is all good and well when it's about amputees and other such things. But obesity and anxiety of being overweight is very bad. In my opinion, you can love yourself and your body, but the truly best way to love your body is to be healthy. If you really want to write this fic, then be realistic. So apparently,
That old saying, your body is a temple. You wouldn't shit in a temple unless, you know.
You don't know me. You don't know what I would do.
As a temple to Slanesh, I do a lot of things.
She'd be into that.
Stop that immediately.
They'd be into it.
Easy joke.
Wouldn't recommend. They found it horny.
I do not recommend dealing with Slanesh. It is a bad time.
Do not shit on Slanesh. They like it. Yeah, so some more guest reviews about body positivity. Body positivity guest reviews. Eating to death. I was 320 pounds and I was on my way to kill myself. Joint problems, depression, anxiety.
Dude, same.
Different guest. I am a different guest, trust me. You missed the point of the other guest. No one is saying that fat people are dumb and should die. They're saying you shouldn't encourage people to eat to the point where they are grossly overweight. And don't make author notes defending it. You can't say Yang has gained an extra 500 pounds and then claim that Aura will fix it.
What?
The fuck did I just hear?
Holy shit.
Balloon time.
Yeah, literal balloon. Jesus Christ. Body positivity. It's Trigglypuff. She's coming to a Ruby story near you.
Oh no.
Blah blah blah. Body positivity. Fuck off, you worthless garbage. I guess this does change the story. If they all gain weight and die to obesity.
That leaves the world better off.
Okay,
Right.
that was a spicy review. This is an inhumane amount of shower time. Nice ending to the chapter. Yang is a Mary Sue. Also, her PTSD was barely shown. Yang has become a trash tier character. They need to kill Yang off. Just a waste of space now that her character arc is finished. She also takes away screen time from other characters. She also comes across as abusive to Blake. Blake seems literally afraid of Yang. Just look how she acts around Yang. She holds her arms close to her chest. Clearly, Blake is being abused by Yang. Adam is dead, so she can't be free of anything. It was Yang. Yang abuses Blake. Yang needs to die for Blake's abuse. Yang does not endure anything for anyone else. Yang as a character hinders everyone else. Yang should have died in the Grim Whale. Her plan should have never worked. She's a Mary Sue. And she abuses Blake.
You ever wonder if this person had a girlfriend that was basically just Yang?
Possibly.
I don't think they've ever had a girlfriend.
Yeah, that would.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Considering the section they're in.
Yeah.
Section they're in prevents them from having a girlfriend. You have 0 bitches.
You are a Ruby fan.
I mean,
there are no bitches in
I'm
your
just
area.
saying. I found that that one clip that was being passed around the Spy Times family in the VR chat. Hey, do you like anime? Yes. Papa, I found a wife, and she's a virgin.
That one was good.
That one was really good, yeah. Is there anything else in here? Everyone dies, and Crow tells Ty everyone's dead. That's a one-shot, alright. 500 words, 2 favorites.
Well, fair enough.
My Sister's Lover, an NTR story. Ruby gets a crush on her sister's new boyfriend, and her insecurities and desires get the better of her. Rated M for sex, primarily Ruby times John, also previously was Yang times John.
Disgusting.
Ruby literally cucks her sister.
I crave the sweet release of death.
Hello, Isley.
Huh? Is Isley show up? Oh, yes. First
There's
thing
only
I hear,
suffering here.
First thing I hear is this is an
There
NTR
can be no hope
story.
in this hell.
Never
No hope at all.
change, fanfic, never change. Yeah. Ruby rewritten V2. Ruby V2 V2.
Oh, God.
Version 2 of my rewrite of Ruby. Oh, God. The jokes write themselves. There was a pretty good John times Yang story. From Core. Yeah. The dancer story where John was a pole dancer.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Mine was
Oh, that one.
escalated.
I forgot that one existed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one was weird.
No, John was the pole dancer, not Yang.
I feel like
That
saying
does
that
not
was weird.
significantly
That
I
doesn't
feel like
make it
saying
better.
that one was weird does not narrow it down in the slightest.
Not the pole dancing story, the different one. I don't know, man.
Was it any good?
I
People
imagine
liked
no.
it.
That doesn't mean it was good.
Yeah, I'm aware. Honestly, it's a core story, so the answer is like gonna be 99% no. Very few core stories are actually good. I like looking back on it now. I'm like, yeah, wow, all those stories are pretty fucking bad, actually.
No, some of them were fine. Some of them were
That's why I
very hit
said.
or miss.
That's why I said 99%. Like he did have like one or two good stories that stayed continuously like funny or amusing
How,
or
how
interesting.
many stories is that man up to now?
Dude's got like 50 something, doesn't he?
Fuck
How many
hell,
are
I have
complete?
no idea.
Most of his stories are fairly good compared to other fanfiction on the website. No, that's factually false. Professor
This
Ark
story
was
is
good.
better than this actual garbage heap.
No, even like compared to the garbage, like a lot of his stories are just well written garbage. There's a lot of his stories that are just so fucking out there in like how the fuck did you even think this was gonna like work? Where like the pole dancing John story where it's like what? Or the AU where Yang is a detective for the Vale Police. And she's a loose cannon cop who works alone. And it's just like,
No, I remember that one.
yeah,
It was Captain Dragon, I
yeah,
think. That one was actually pretty funny as a comedy. Kind of didn't work too well when it was trying to be serious.
yeah. But that's sort of like my point, though, is like whenever he sticks to one single theme, like with Professor Ark, where it was kind of like hijinky the whole time. Like the whole purpose of the story was John basically failing up. And he
Yeah.
stuck to that the whole time, and so it was consistently amusing the whole time.
I mean, at least it wasn't Negima.
His John as a secret agent story was it never was bad, in my opinion, but it was very rarely good.
I never read that one. I gave the first chapter a shot. I'm like, this is not what I'm looking for out of his writing.
Yeah, like I said, it was never bad, but it was not very often good. But like almost all of his newer stories I have not even touched. All of his new stories are just so bad now. The plot on them is just so fucking awful. It's like, oh, this is the story where Atlas kidnaps John and forces him to rape his family to death because they're evil. And then the White Fang shows up and John becomes a terrorist.
Isn't he already a terrorist?
Not enough of a terrorist, clearly.
Well, in this one, he becomes a bigger terrorist. Or that other story where it's like, John is actually a hunter, lowercase h. He hunts deer, and he meets up with Lai Ren in the Grimlands, and Lai Ren's a hunter, capital H. And for some reason, John is hunting for deer on a separate fucking continent!
I can tell you didn't actually read that one. That one had some good potential, but he was writing that with college full, so naturally that fell down the tubes, despite being one of the better serious ones he'd written.
Honestly, from what I've seen when it comes to College Fool is a good beta. Never let him near anything writing though. The coffee shop one was actually surprisingly good. Up until around pre all the shit going down. Like the whole custom arc with the coffee shop fight and all that shit. Like that was kind of amusing and interesting and funny. But it really dropped off for me the second he tried to incorporate the events of canon into the coffee shop with like the whole beacon invasion and shit, and where Cinder was like, "Oh, you make good coffee, I'll kill you last," and it's like, what?
What? As the
guess.
great Skeletor would say. "Wah."
Yeah, that one was such a weird pairing to just come out of nowhere in that fic.
What did that pairing end up being?
I imagine Salem
I
times
think
John.
that was. Oh, I think that was the
The
pairing
Malachite
for.
sisters?
Yeah, it was one of the Malachites. I think it was
Yeah.
Milta. Whichever one was the bitchier of the two.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it
Or
down?
one dressed in white.
It narrows it down to the same two, Nose. The punchline doesn't work when it's a coin flip.
No, I mean, hey, come on now. We've discussed this.
The
Nose wouldn't know what a
punchline might
punchline
not,
was if it
Max,
punched him
but
in
the
his nose.
railgun does.
Up yours.
That's a multi-layered reference.
Very multi-layered. Yeah, the cop shop was a good one. God, there was one that was meant to be a serious one. I think where Jean failed out and he ended up as it was the Cinder X John one. I don't remember what the premise of that fic even was, aside from hooking Cinder. Was Stress Relief, I think, was the title.
It was either Stress Relief or My Little Monster or something. Where, like, Cinder
Not
kept...
sure I want to know what that story was if it has the title Stress Relief.
Literally, it was Cinder happens upon John or something, and she's like, wow, this dude is so fucking innocent, it's wild how naive he is. I want to fuck him.
Ah, yes, one of those.
And so, like, the whole plot of the story is John being oblivious to the fact that Cinder is hyper evil, and she's just not evil around him.
I mean, I would actually read that.
Well, it's there.
Yeah, it exists.
Yeah, Core went for the multi-layered approach of big dumb puppy in human form, and then literally getting Cinder a puppy to also help further along with making her experience emotions for the first time in God knows how many decades.
Personally, I would say that Cinder experiences too many emotions in Rooster Teeth's version of Cinder. Because for some reason, despite being an incredibly progressive company, Rooster Teeth's motivations for Cinder seem to just boil down to, I'm an overly emotional white woman.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm angry.
Really, the most
After
evil
all,
of
you're
villains.
like a white woman scorn.
You know, which is really baffling for a supposedly progressive company. Truly, I never saw that coming from such a company.
Rooster Teeth, I kneel.
God, what is it with progressives and just being the absolute opposite of what they say? Because fucking Blizzard did this shit too. All of the women in recent expansions have literally just been, I'm going to make a bad decision now because I'm an overly emotional woman.
Holy based.
But see,
I
it was
wanna say
actually
you're
the
wrong,
evil god of the
but-
Warhammer world, of the fucking Warcraft world that was making all these women make poor decisions, clearly, so forgive them.
Isn't this the same progressive company that made one of the main characters' powers PMS and made the BLM Black Panther XB's crazy racial supremacists? You know, he does bring up a good point.
Yeah.
The man brings up a good point.
Kind of weird. Isley and a good point.
That's a fair point. Yang's fucking hell. I haven't played Dota in weeks and I still immediately almost just said Yang's ult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yang's semblance really is just I'm PMSing. Yeah. That is yeah, her eyes turn red and she gets really angry. Yeah. All right.
The superpower of all women.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Ruby V2V2. Rewriting my rewrite. Each episode of Ruby will be rewritten, and I'm adding Weiss times Ruby to each episode. Oh, because that's what Ruby was missing this whole time. Not character development, not coherent plot, not consistent lore. It was just missing Weiss times Ruby.
Of course.
How could we have been such fools?
Well, it's just, one day we can only hope to be half the writer this person is.
Yes, indeed. And then
Half is drunk.
Scorched Earth, Shattered Steel, V2. Hey guys, we're back. We're definitely gonna do a rewrite of this story and not post one chapter then abandon it. Arc Corp. Remnant has been full of unsolved mysteries, unknown creatures, powerful beings, artifacts, and more. Humanity remains ignorant because of the work of the brave men and women of the Ark Corporation, who neutralize these anomalies by hunting them down, containing them, and neutralizing them. You could almost call them the HCN, with periods in between each letter. Can anyone wonder what Wikipedia entry he just read? A paranormal investigator wasn't the kind of work Blake was thinking of when she left the White Fang, but beggars can't be choosers. So it's literally a mash of Devil May Cry the Business and SCP taking place in Ruby, and it's written by Core. I mean, I'm not interested. I'm actually the opposite of interested. I think this is incredibly dumb. Ruby could have lent itself to doing that, but you would have to make Ruby way more fantastical, but also at the same time, you're saying that Ruby is getting rid of all the fantasy because it's a moonlit world hidden from the normies. So you're turning Ruby's outward sci-fi fantasy into a shitty Dresden Files where his companion sidekick is an international terrorist.
Sounds about right.
Honestly, Core, please, just write your own damn books. What's left of Ruby in your story? Okay, so all of the Grimm are hidden. All of the monsters and magic is hidden. No one has semblances. The SCPs exist. Blake is somehow still a terrorist.
Sneaky, some moments in time are unchangeable. They are forever locked.
Only for bad writers.
So, it's one of those. What's it called? In Doctor Who, it's like a pivot point in history where it has to happen no matter what. You know what? I would actually be amused by a one-shot story featuring like 50 versions of Ruby and 50 versions of Jean, and like maybe a couple versions of Lyran. Maybe in this one he's an assassin, in that one he's a gangster, in that one he's an orphan. A little bit of variation going on there, but it's like Pyrrha's looking around. She's like, "Where's my versions?" And everyone's just like, "Pyrrha, you are literally the same person, no matter what universe we're in." Blake's looking around, and she's like, "Wait, where are my versions?" Blake, you're a terrorist in literally every single world. Wait, coffee shop AU? No chakra coffee shop AU? Terrorist. Mafia AU? Terrorist. Medieval AU? Terrorist.
Blake has joined Hamas.
Blake is only a terrorist in every AU.
That is so fitting.
How it should be.
Wow.
You okay there?
He's reading the Ruby section.
Once more, my rogue. Ruby was happy even if her friends hated him. When her ex-team finds out she's pregnant with Roman Torchwick's daughter, they use an experimental serum to force Ruby to change. Ruby instead finds herself in a 15-year-old body. She learned from the best, and Ruby Rose will lie, cheat, and steal to repeat her happy ending. Ruby times Roman, time travel, Ozpin times Ironwood.
Good night, everybody.
Urge in the Eternal Flames.
I honestly thought I was in the clear. I genuinely thought I was in the clear. I thought I would be able to go the entire night without having to take a shot of Spiritus, so I could fucking Control-Alt-Delete this from my brain.
Understandable.
Cheers, bro. I can drink to that.
Yeah,
Which-
I'll do a shot with you.
Which I'm gonna do now. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not drinking Spiritus though, obviously. As I do not wish to die just yet.
Pussy!
Sure, whatever you want.
Do. So how well do you think I would have gotten along with the Polish people at your place of work if I sat here and drank Spiritus and Polish vodka?
Too well, probably.
Polish vodka possesses great powers to heal memories, mostly by making you forget the ones you don't want.
Oh! Oh! Whew! Fuck! Pah. Whenever I take a shot of alcohol, I am eternally reminded of that one kid in college, senior year, biology lab. And the teacher was telling us about how alcohol kills bacteria because it sucks the water out of the cell, causing the cell to explode. Right? And this dumbass raises his hand, and the teacher calls on him, and he goes, "Well, why doesn't the bacteria just become immune to alcohol?" And I turn to look at him before the teacher can even respond. I physically have to turn my lab chair, scraping it on the ground to look at him. And I go, because, dipshit, it's hard to become immune to instant death.
I don't know, Sneaky. Several JRPGs would beg to differ.
And the teacher, instead of reprimanding me or anything else, just starts laughing. And he's like, what? Huh? It's like, you stupid bitch. How do you think bacteria replicate? They have to be
Not fast enough
alive to do
avoid-
it.
I was going to say, not fast enough to avoid instant death, that's for damn sure.
And then I did follow it up, which also made the teacher laugh even harder. I responded and followed it up with, that's like asking, well, why don't you just become immune to being shot? And he's just like, huh? I don't get it. What do you mean? It's like, you dumb motherfucker.
You should just pull out a gun and shot him right then and there.
I should have. It would have been in my legal right to do so.
Yeah, as an American, of course. God-given right to shoot stupid people.
The ballooned huntsman. A
Oh, no.
blind boy with silver eyes dreams of becoming a huntsman. The impossible becomes possible, but he gets more than he bargained for. A horrible burden is placed upon his shoulders, and it is one that he must overcome, or else his worst fears will become a reality. The friends he make along the way help him, but are they enough? Because the truth will soon reveal itself. A 1 million word, 122 chapter fic, ongoing over the course of 4 years, featuring an OC, Cinder, and Team Ruby, with a whopping 870 favorites. Yeah. That's not good.
Nope.
That is not good stats for writing 1 million words.
See any problems with it? It means there's some hope for mankind.
As someone who isn't familiar with the Ruby section, what would be good stats for that section for that length of story?
For that length of story, for how long it's been ongoing, for how much it's updated, the average amount of favorites and follows for that sort of story would be roughly in the 8K plus range.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 10 times what it has.
Yeah.
So that should suggest it's about 10% as good as the average shit.
I mean, just raw
average
stats, yeah.
shit. The average for shit.
I mean, the average shit here is we got Phoenix Rose, a 58K word story with 500 favorites. It's been updating over the course of 3 years and only 20 chapters. So it's got an abysmal update rate. It's got an abysmal word count. It's got an abysmal time frame, and it's got nearly as many favorites as The Blind Huntsman, which is better than it statistically in every category. So, yeah, the only 800 favorites after all of that, it's pretty brutal. So to give you an idea, for a Naruto Ruby story I was writing, I was getting on average 100 to 120 favorites per chapter I released. And I made up to I think we actually hit 1,000 favorites or follows like a year or two ago. And we only released like 8 chapters. So yeah, like 1,000,000 words in and only 800 favorites, 900 followers. It's pretty brutal. Also, apparently the guy actually finally stopped the story. Oh wow. Ooh, this is not good spag. This is not good spag at all. Oh, this is some rough dialogue. That's not good. Hey guys, this is going to be a disappointing message for a lot of you, but it's one I need to get out. I'm sorry to announce I will no longer ever be writing fanfiction. A lot of things have happened in my life. I'm not 18 years old anymore. I'm 23. I am in the National Guard. I'm getting a civilian job as an electrician. And I met my wife. That means I have to cut things out of my life. Sadly, this takes too much time out of my life to keep going. I just don't have the energy for it anymore. I don't even like Ruby anymore. I'd rather stop now.
Understandable.
Yeah, totally understandable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, this is what I'm saying though. Like, this dude had this whole huge original idea in his head, and he could have. He wrote 10 fucking books. He wrote 10 books over the course of 4 years. He wrote a book every half a year. This dude could have published this. It's divergent enough. Yeah, it's divergent enough from Ruby that just removing like creatures of Grimm and called them like, you know, shadow demons or some generic shit like that. Make it like a more modern Western sort of thing or something, because that's what he's going with over here.
Literally just call it nightmares.
Yeah, nightmares or some shit. Yeah, literally, there's so much you could just change easily with a story this divergent from the main plot that you could just bing, bang, boom, publish it out. And I'm not saying gonna make buku bucks. I'm not saying gonna be the next 50 Shades of Grey because A, there's not enough porn in your story, and then you didn't abuse women enough in your story, probably either, author. So there's no way you're ever gonna be the next 50 Shades of Grey. So just remember, if you ever want to get the top #1 on the New York Times best-selling list, abuse women.
Based.
I wish I could say I was joking or something, but it's like literally abuse women. Become best-selling book.
I will become the book. Quantum shift my being into book.
Anyway, if this dude put all of the energy that he felt he was wasting in his own words, he's like, this is wasted energy. I have to drop it. This is not a part of my life that's like good, happy, or profitable. So yeah. You could have just posted this as an original story, and yeah, maybe you would have only gotten a couple $100 off the first book, maybe like, you know, $300 off the second book. But if you had written 10 fucking books over the course of 4 years of an original story of apparently enough thought to, you know, be 1,000,000 words long, you still would have gained maybe a couple thousand at worst from your books. So even if you decided to stop writing it, you would have still at least made a couple months of rent off of it. Yeah, props to him moving on, but it's a shame that it took him only 1,000,000 words to do that. I feel like I got better at writing the more I saw how badly Ruby was written. Wow! Holy shit! I got better at writing because I saw how poorly Ruby was written. I'm not saying
savage, but not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong, but also at the same time, damn.
No, you're misinterpreting that. He's saying the better he got at writing, the more he realized how badly written Ruby was.
My bad. Okay. Yeah, my bad. It's the Spiritus, dude. I just fucking downed a shot of 90%, 96%, 96% alcohol. You'll have to excuse me. I'm not saying I'm the best guy out there and that I could do better, but there are some fanfics out there that genuinely show they're better than RWBY. And in my opinion, when a fanfic outshines the show, that's an issue. I understand the pressure they had after the creator passed, but it was never the same after V3, and I just don't feel like writing for it. I tried to push through the slump, and I tried to be better than that, but I can't force myself to write for a show I don't like. So I decided on this. I decided on watching RWBY. I screened them to see if there was any differences that could have really sparked my return to RWBY. Frankly, it didn't. I was bored. Nothing was funny. And as a writer who wrote 7 fanfictions, oh shit! Oh no! I memorized every scene, every line, and every character's personalities and ideals. What little